everyone, and welcome back to another week of the Queen Candy podcast. Hope, as always, that everyone is staying safe, of course. Like we always say, keeping your head up through everything that's um going on in their lives right now, and ours as well. Y'all, we have a great topic today. We try to pick them all the time when we do our show. And a lot of times we choose a topic, based on an experience we had or disagreement or anything, of that nature. But for those that have heard the show, even if you a returning listener, y'all know we try to put our life experiences, if you will, and things that we go through and deal with and into our show. And today is no different. You know, for those that know or y'all are going through this yourself, sometimes you can be hard on yourself. We all strive so much and so hard to be perfect, and it's just a unrealistic goal. It's just never gonna happen. But the bright side, what we believe in Islam is that you always find the bright side in things. And the bright side with that is you can still strive and try to be better than what you were yesterday. And along with us, pretty sure y'all can relate. That's what we try to do. We've never claimed to be perfect. We've never claimed to be without flaws, but we'll be damned if we're not going to sit here and say we're not a good woman or a good wife or even a good mother or a good person, a good follower of Allah and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, which are the main two things that, keep us going every day. We believe in Islam, we promote peace. But sometimes that's not always the case when you're dealing with other people. And this is never, ever, ever to put anyone on blast. We're not here to humiliate anyone of that nature, anything at all. But we do go through things. And the main thing that we keep trying to do, and we had to realize we got to stop, is defending ourselves. After anyone, it can be anyone. But after we have any kind of a disagreement, we sitting there looking at ourselves like, why did you say that? Why did you even allow them to get under your skin, to push your buttons, the whole 9 yards? And the only person you can really control is yourself, when we really think about it. And you can't control other people to a certain extent. So after that, we sitting there beating ourselves up when we know deep down that we're doing the best we can and we're trying. We have a bad habit of putting ourselves down. And that's going to be our topic for today. And we got to stop doing that. Whether, and this is to y'all too, whether that other person was right or wrong, you ain't got to keep defending yourself and putting your life or the things you want to do on hold for them. So many people in this world are just heartless. They just don't care. But the hypocrisy and all that is they want you to go above and beyond, and they're not willing to do it. And that's just unrealistic. That's not fair. And another issue is like people expect you to be happy 24/7. That's unrealistic. Not saying you can't be. Hey, if you are, by all means, hey, kudos to y'all because let us know how y'all doing it. And we just only saying that to say, yeah, we still go through things. Being a Muslim woman, a wife, a mother, we still go through things. But like we said before, we know how to deal with it differently now. And we still trying to learn, how to be better, to stop beating ourselves up. And we just had to really put our foot down, and this is the advice we want to give to y'all. Like, put up or shut up, straight up. If you ain't gonna walk about it, don't talk about it. That's what we had to really tell ourselves. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit y'all with a couple tracks, of course, from Military Camp Records, our record label that we run with our husband. We promote our own music. We will be accepting submissions in September for those that may hear this show. Just to let y'all know, we're gonna plug this in at the end of the show as well. If y'all want to get your music played. So once September starts getting closer, we're gonna give more detail on that, and of course, we're gonna give y'all our social media to where y'all can follow us and connect with us. But in the meantime, in between time, we're gonna hit y'all with a couple tracks, and once we come back, we're going to give y'all 7 ways, y'all, to stop. Keyword: stop putting yourself down. We know how easy it is. Ladies, we the main ones that do it all the time. But we really got to get stronger and stronger and do better. We can't rely on men. We can't rely on other people. You can't rely on a family member, especially when they don't want to do better, or let alone, even save their own life. You can't save somebody or help somebody that don't want to be saved to help. So like we said, with all that being said, we're going to hit y'all with some music, and we will be back on Z Queen Candy Podcast. So like we were saying, y'all, before we went into our little break, the topic we have for today is to stop putting, keyword once again, stop putting yourself down. It's so easy, y'all. We already know to be hard on ourselves. We focus on, y'all know, the bad things, the mistakes we've made, or whatever, we're not good at. Then what we do, we turn around and make it worse and not even address the accomplishments or the things that we have done or the things that we do well. If y'all are anything like us, you already know. You can be your own worst critic a lot of times and put yourself down, like we said before the break, you know, and that's something we got to stop doing. We rely so much on other people for self esteem, and that's the key word. It starts with yourself. We allow other people to mess up, get under our skin on how we feel about ourselves. We have control over that, and having that kind of self esteem, that real kind, like, your worth and the value of who you are. You can accept yourself even when you fail, because we all will. Nobody will ever be perfect. You still accept yourself as a beautiful woman or a man, whomever may hear this, and you keep going. The worst thing you can possibly do is give up, and a lot of us out here that are struggling with self esteem, we always, tend to feel bad about ourselves. And we think that we're not as good as people around us. And, side note, don't be comparing yourself to other people, y'all, because you don't know what their life is like behind closed doors, what they had to do to get there. This is not saying anything against anybody, but stay in your own lane. Know your strength, know your weaknesses. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're not where that other person is, it's okay. Just be willing to put in that work and do it the right way. Help people, and you'll get there. So, we try not to do that, and we've stopped doing that. We really don't get on social media like that anymore. We scroll, don't get us wrong, but that's the worst thing that we've seen. A lot of young girls and even grown women, we competing. We looking at what the other person is doing. And we don't need to be doing that. You looking to your left and your right, and you still looking behind you. You're not focused on what's in front of you. And there's a reason why. Pretty sure y'all heard this. Your windshield is bigger than your rear view mirror, because where you're going is going to be 1,000 times more important than where you've been and what you done been through. So try as hard as y'all can. We're not saying to never ever forget your past, but you're going to have to delete it. Like, that's going to sound crazy, but delete it so you can get new info. You know what we're saying? So you can move forward, heal. We're not here to tell y'all how long it takes to heal, because everyone is different. And that's cool. But at least, try to get on that path, get on that healing process. Don't rely on nobody else, because what we've learned, and we keep learning this the hard way, is a lot of people don't care. All they want to hear is your drama. They want to put you down, discard you, disown you, whole 9 yards. And that can have an effect on your self esteem as well, allowing other people to define who you are. You start lacking confidence. And like us, we still trying to do this too. Um, we have a hard time noticing where our strengths are and what positive qualities that we do have. So look, y'all, straight up. If this sounds like y'all, like I said, don't get yourself down, don't get discouraged, nothing like that. The good news about self-esteem, like we said, self-esteem, y'all, is really just your mental, honestly, and how you think. And you, just like us, we have the ability to change that. You know, we got 7 reasons, 7 ways to stop putting yourself down, y'all. And all these tips are to help you get started, or at least, push you in the right direction, if you will. So y'all get what we're saying. Um, First one, make a list of positives, y'all. We all have negative traits. We all have flaws. We all have failed, no matter what you attempted to do, but it's okay. At least you tried. So what, you didn't succeed. So what, you may not be doing as good as the next person. It's okay. You still have positive qualities in you. The key is to identify them. Lift yourself up. Don't always wait for other people to do it. We used to have a bad habit of asking people we were in a relationship with, y'all, to tell us good things about ourselves or to say positive things to us. And as recent as last night, we've done this. And we had to realize, like, you trying to force that out of people and you want them to tell you stuff you already know. You don't need other people to validate you. And neither do y'all. Especially when we be in our, our angry zone, if you will, we want to hit. Because a lot of the times, and we grew up hearing so much negative about us. We rarely ever heard it positive. And yeah, it did mess with our self-esteem because, especially, being in relationships, it can mess you up because you feel like you're not doing as good as the other person. You're not doing well enough. You know, this is a last resort. Ask other people about your most positive qualities and add them to your list. We're going to add to that and say, check yourself first. Look inside yourself, we don't care how deep, and find your positive qualities. Then you go ask other people because they may not see the same things in you that you see in yourself. And to be honest, their opinion is really irrelevant. The second one, y'all, and this is something we used to do when we was a teenager. Keep a journal if you have to. You know, find one thing every day that you've done, that you've accomplished. We don't care how small it is. It can be big, like you want a game or you want some money, or it can be, something small, like you made your own lunch or something, or just like us, we have a schedule we do, and we make sure every day, we don't care what's going on, we cross everything off that list. And when we do, we feel accomplished because we doing all the promoting, we doing all the recording, setting everything up. And believe it or not, y'all, doing a podcast is hard work because you got to promote, advertise, connect, network, whole 9 yards. So for us, completing even one goal, we feel accomplished. We feel good because we know we're doing what a lot of other women aren't willing to do, and we push ourselves every day. You have someone that's like close to you. Share with them. Close to you. That's the key word. Share with them. Your spouse, friend, mom, cousin, whomever. Someone that you can trust. Share your accomplishments with them. Your path and your journey along the way. You got the right people in your corner. They will uplift you and, encourage you all the time. The third one, y'all. Practice what you enjoy or what you do well. Like what we just said. With our podcast, our radio show. What else? Our paparazzi jewelry. Producing, making beats, writing. We got a lot going on, y'all. Straight up. And now we're about to actually go back to work during the day. But we'll get into that later. But these aren't just hobbies to us. This is stuff that we love to do. We definitely let everybody know what we all about and why we do what we do. The money is gonna come. The money is gonna come. But when you do what you love, it doesn't feel like work. And it never does to us. We love talking to y'all and we hope that y'all take something away from each and every show that we do. So those are our special talents. We love performing. Probably gonna be getting back on stage soon. We're gonna figure that out right now, but there's so many things that we love to do. It's not a hobby. Keep doing it over and over, y'all. Whatever your hobby is, whatever your talent is, you're going to get better. Just like us with our podcast. For those that don't know, and y'all may not even believe this, it's going to sound crazy, but we're actually so quiet and antisocial, y'all, it ain't even no joke. And now that we're on the WBGR network, and we'll plug that in later, we actually have to be on camera now. So for those that know us real well, we shy. So But we had to find the bright side and the good side in that. Even doing our podcast, we have to push ourselves to, talk, open our mouth and get out there and let people know, what we're doing. And the more and more we do it, the less nervous and the less anxiety, if you will, that we feel. So if you got to practice, get in the mirror, whatever. Practice over and over until you get it right. We would definitely suggest that anyway. We don't care if you are doing a podcast, music, radio, whatever. Even if you're starting a business, write your list down. Do one thing each day. If you open it with someone else, do that too. You know, enjoy what you do. You don't need no approval from nobody. Everybody gonna put their 2 cents in because they don't want to do it, or they feel like you're not doing it the way they think you should. Don't listen to them. Whatever your dreams are, whatever you want to do with your life, do it. When you make it, and we're going to say when, they're going to be looking like, oh, wow, I was wrong. Just like a lot of people with us, waiting for us to fail. But we already know that day is going to come. We know Allah is going to allow that, and He got us, no matter what. So if anybody else ain't going to be there, we know He will. And we're going to try to work on every day, being with Him. We walk with Him. He drive, we're in the passenger seat. So that's all we can do. The next one, y'all, is do something nice for others. Oh wow, we just said earlier, so many people are heartless. Everybody, and it's been like this, y'all, all out for themselves. If they can't benefit off working with you or being with you, or they can't get no money, especially our people, black people, we got to do better, for real. That's not what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teach. He teach us to come together, to claim our own and shut all this stuff down. Because it's going to be shut down one day. We don't know if y'all watching the news or if you get any alerts on your phone, but things are starting to change, y'all, for real. And we don't know, but it ain't looking good. This is the time we really need to show kindness, make someone else feel good, and not make it all about us all the time. It can make you feel good too. Helping others, like they say, it does help yourself. It really does. you know, Whether you're doing something small by, volunteering, whatever, picking up trash whenever you see it, helping the elderly person with their groceries or whatever, helping out around the house. It don't matter how small it is. Just, try to do something for someone other than yourself. And that's the type of person we have always been and the type that we're going to always be. We love helping other people. And it helps us, because we know everybody out here is having their own struggle right now. And we definitely gonna be real with them. We gonna be 100 with them. We ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. But at the same time, we do understand because we've been there. We've had people be so hard on us. We started being hard on ourselves. We allowed that to affect us, and we started being so hard on ourselves, y'all. It don't even make sense. But help someone. It's not gonna kill you. It's not gonna take anything away from you. Help them. Don't always expect something in return. That's so selfish. And then don't ask someone to do something you're not willing to do. And that's for people that's in a relationship or married. Matter of fact, even if you in a friendship, you family, whatever, don't ask that other person to do something you're not willing to do. That's very, very selfish. Next one, y'all. Try something new. A lot of our people are familiar with the norm, the ordinary, same old boring cycle over and over again because they give into the temptation to stay away from new things because fear, number one reason, they think they ain't gonna be good at it or they're gonna mess up. You got to let that go. For real. That's what we said. Even some of the shows we still do now. Yeah, we We know we talk a little funny, we have a little accent, or people done told us that. Or, sometimes we stutter or whatever, we don't care. At least we're trying to do it. We had this need, and we're to be perfect, especially doing, podcasts and radio and stuff. You got to be as close as possible, to being flawless. But we're never going to be perfect. We got to let that go. That fear, number one. Don't worry about what other people going to think. They not doing it. Why you worrying about it? It don't make no sense to us. Self-esteem. It starts with yourself. It don't rely on nobody else. Everybody makes mistakes, but that's how you grow. Keep your focus. And this is what we had to say to ourselves last night. We so focused on constantly going back and forth with people, defending ourselves, explaining. We don't ever want to feel like we're forcing somebody to say something we want them to say, but all we can really do is stop doing that, number one, because we know what's inside of us. Keep our focus on putting forth our best effort. That's all we can really try to do, and learn something new. And it's crazy, even in the middle of all the hell and the trials and tribulations that you go through, we've learned a lot. And we pretty sure, y'all have too. But whether or not, you get it right the first time, keep going. Keep going. We done had plenty of opportunities, and things fell through. We almost gave up. And, Allah's the greatest that we didn't, because we wouldn't be doing what we're doing now. We really had to realize, and our husband tells us all the time, and he even tells it to himself, but, it's not just about you. Your mistakes, your scars, your bruises, just like us, and that's one of the reasons why we love doing this show, can actually help somebody. Believe it or not. So you giving up is not just on yourself, but that may affect someone else out there that, on the verge of committing suicide, or they might be on the verge of doing something stupid. Your story might be able to help them. Just like when we were performing, we have a song called Selfish. Man, ladies will love that song time we got off that stage, y'all. We're telling y'all. And that's one of the things we love doing with our music. We love encouraging and being a leader, being an inspiration to other women. And, just letting them know, yeah, we done been there, girl. We still there. We never gonna be perfect. We never gonna get everything right. We can still at least try. And like we said earlier, even when or if we fail, we still not gonna give up. Because one of our reasons is we know people waiting for us to give up. We're not stupid. Like we said before on our show, we're not stupid. We know how this goes. But they don't decide where we end up in our life. We do. Pew pew. Self-esteem, self-acceptance, self-love, and self-sabotage. Those are all things that start with yourself. They don't rely on nobody else. Next one, y'all. This is number 6. Set a goal. I think we mentioned this earlier. Think about something you want to get done, whatever it may be, and set a goal. A time frame you want to get it done in. You want to play an instrument, um, read, spend time with your friends, start a business, whatever the case may be. Don't just say, oh, I want to start my own business. You got to have a plan. Or I want to be a rapper or a basketball player, or I want to be a singer. You got to have a plan. Or I want to go to school and be a doctor, or, I want to get married, have kids, or whatever. You still got to have a plan. Can't just go out there all crazy and willy-nilly and you expecting everything to go through like it's supposed to. Follow through with it once you make that plan. You're not gonna be perfect. Let go of the perfection. Even if you mess up, or you forget something, or you're not doing as well, like we said earlier, as other people, let go of that perfection. Keep your mind focused on being better. And even if you miss your deadline, don't be hard on yourself, because we done did it too. We was procrastinating like a mug, y'all, for real. But now we like, no, we set a schedule, we gonna get it done. That's it. So we don't care if it's one little small thing, you know, what's important is that you're trying to work towards something, whatever it may be. Give yourself the credit. Don't wait for other people to do it. This is like what we said earlier. We always want to hear good things from other people and feel like they can accept us. And honestly, we don't even care anymore. That starts with us. We have to give ourselves the credit. Whether we fail, whether we succeed. Hey, at least we trying. How many people you know doing what you're doing? And they really working hard towards it. How many do you know? We don't know any. I straight up, we don't know any. And that's not a shot or an attack towards anybody, but we just don't. We don't see it anywhere we go. You know, for those that already know this, we get up in the morning, we got to do our prayers and we got to study. That's number one before we do anything and get out there in this world. Because that's how Allah protects us. So every day He allows us to wake up. Number one, we thank Him. That's who we got to please. That's who we got to keep happy. So that's all the more reason why we have to keep improving on our end, doing better, getting better, so we can get out there and help other women learn who they are, to love themselves. Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of us don't have people in our life like that because they don't know how to love themselves. So, with all that being said, no matter how small it is, add it to your list, and give yourself credit along the way. Don't get to the end, and then give yourself credit. Every step you make along the way, whatever you accomplish, give yourself credit for that. Because you ain't have to do it. And we know, y'all know, other people ain't trying to do what we doing. That's just straight up. Like we said, no shot, no pun intended, but it's the truth. A lot of us out here, and some people getting their grind on, don't get us wrong. But a lot of us out here, we lazy. We want somebody to just hand something to us. That ain't how life works. Y'all gonna hear us a lot of times on our show. Get off your behind and make some moves. So what, people gonna laugh? So what, people gonna talk? What can you do about that? You don't have to respond to everything everyone calls you. And this is something we ain't gonna tell y'all nothing we ain't learned ourselves. Straight up. This is something that we have to stop doing. Responding to everything everybody says. We told ourselves moving forward, we're not finna combat, we're not gonna beg, we're not gonna go back and forth with nobody. Think whatever you wanna think. We're not perfect, we never claimed to be, none of that. But we're not finna sit here and say we're not a good person. At least, and we even told our husband, because he said himself, he said he's never seen anybody take an interest in music or even work with him or, do the things that we're doing with our podcast, radio, whole 9 yards. And we love music. We love music. We love doing our podcast. We were doing radio before, but we love everything we do. So it really wasn't really hard for us. So that was positive things, that he did say. And we appreciate that. We do. Because he may not agree, but at the same time, he doesn't stop us from doing what we love to do. And we've explained to him now, because we learn in Islam, we're going to include Allah in the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in everything that we do. So, we got to make sure we do it right. We're not ashamed. We're not embarrassed. We have no reason to be. So, not to drag all that out, y'all, but, give yourself credit. That's basically what we're saying. Give yourself credit. Don't always wait on other people. If you have those people in your life, like we said before, hey, Allah's the greatest. Keep them around. But be careful. Some people only want to get on your coattail so they can benefit, reap the reward. So just be careful with the people you have around you, y'all. So that's all we're saying. But, praise yourself and give yourself that credit. You deserve it. You busting your behind like us, man, please. We check our stuff every day, y'all. And we be happy. You know, no matter how small it may be. You know, we work hard. We've always been like that. And speaking of working hard, the last one on our list, exercise and stay active, y'all. It can also help with managing your stress. Don't know if y'all know this already. Exercise on a regular basis can help your self-esteem. Actually can. So if you overweight, and hear this, y'all, if you overweight, this ain't a shot, but ladies, fellas, y'all are beautiful. You don't have to live your life like that. You don't. You can love yourself. And we know how easy it is. We've seen it in our family. But you can take care of yourself. Don't wait for somebody else to do it. You pretty sure y'all don't want to get dead, over your health, over something, you know, excuse us, over something that you can easily fix. And especially, what we believe in Islam is we fast. We're supposed to fast 3 days out the month, and of course we have Ramadan, which we observe in December. So that's one of the best ways. That's one of the things we do love. And as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaching how to eat to live, and that's one of the books we read, we're only supposed to eat once a day. We are supposed to exercise, eat healthy. For those that don't know, we don't eat any kind of pork or any kind of swine, any kind of products at all. We don't care if it's candy, chips, soda, what else? Cheeses. We can go down the list, y'all. If it has swine in it, bread, milk, whatever. If it has swine in it, we cannot touch it. There are things that we have to eat in moderation, and you have to be aware of an out of shape Muslim. Anybody ever come to y'all talking about they a Muslim and they not a follower of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, go in the other direction. Y'all can look us up. Anybody ever interested in some teaching, please hit us up because y'all are more than welcome. Any of our people. But, remember, anything that gets you moving is exercise. So, you have to think about different ways to get your body active every day. We know a lot of people, and we understand some of us have, little desk jobs, and we have jobs where we don't have to move that much. Then you have other people that work in, a warehouse, housekeeping, uh, moving tables and chairs, and that's a job too. Um, that's a good way to get your body active. The first thing we would suggest is to fast. That's one way you can stay healthy because, contrary to what people believe, you ain't got to eat 6, 7 times a day. Who told you that? You listen to these doctors if y'all want to, they're going to get you dead. Yes, we said it. If you're working, we're permitted to eat twice a day. If you are not working, we're only permitted to eat once a day to give your body time to digest. Because we don't know if y'all know this, but your stomach gets a new lining every 3 days. How is it going to digest food and give you a new stomach lining if you're stuffing your face all day long? You can't go an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours without eating. You're going to wind up killing yourself. As a messenger teach y'all, for real, hear this. What you eat can keep you here or it can take you away. Your choice. So, even if it's a short little walk, you playing frisbee with your friends, taking dance lessons, mowing, even just like what we used to do in our old house. We would walk up and down the stairs because we had upstairs and downstairs. We had the basement. We would put on our little Apple Watch, walk around the house until we accomplished our exercise goal for the day, our steps, and can't remember what the other one is, but basically we put on our watch every day and we walk around the house. Because with COVID going rampant, we're not trying to go to no gym. We're not trying to go outdoors, and we can probably still go outdoors. We have to put our mask on. But being in the house, that's not an excuse. We didn't make it one. We still walked around the house. It took us a couple hours or whatever. We even put on the movie and walk right around in the living room while the movie is playing and get our exercise on. So you can do it. It may not be fun, just to let y'all know, but you're going to get the idea basically of what we're saying. So yes, y'all, those were 7 ways that we really, really need to stop putting ourselves down, y'all. We really got to. And we can only really speak to the ladies, but ladies, y'all hear this for real. We all are beautiful. All are black women. We are queens. We see everyone walking around half naked, booty out, breast out, weave, makeup, and we used to wear weave and makeup too, so we just saying we've been there. You know, not saying that men don't go through this because we're pretty sure they do. They carry the world on their shoulders, and the last thing they need is to come home and have to fight another war. So that's why we try to minimize that, and we've been doing real good. But ladies, we always have a tendency to be so hard on ourselves. Like we're supposed to be perfect. We look at these fake celebrities, these magazines, photo shoots, and all that, and we want to be like them. If that was the case, if Allah wanted to allow that, you would be. Straight up. But you are who you are. You may never be a Sierra. You may never be a Beyonce. You may never be Megan Thee Stallion. You may never be Cardi B. Probably take that as a blessing. No shot against any of these ladies because they're doing their thing. We can't take nothing away from them. They're doing their thing. But you ain't got to do all that. You can use your brain and still shake the world. You can still shock people. And this is something we're going to be doing today after what happened to us last night. We're going to be, and we're going to do this every day. And we would encourage y'all to do the same. Find one positive thing. Hug yourself. Look in the mirror. Even if you got to check yourself where you mess up. Because we all going to fail. But when we do, get yourself back up and get back in the race. The worst thing, y'all, for real, that we can ever do is give up. Especially when we're getting closer and closer to a breakthrough. We're getting closer and closer to the next level in our life. We're getting closer and closer to a blessing. Allah got you. Allah got us. Look, our background, the stuff we done been through, we shouldn't even be sitting here. Just like we told our husband last night, we had to fight and go through hell just to get here. Worrying about what other people think, fear, always feeling like we had to defend ourselves and answer to everything people called us. We had to stop that. We're never going to be perfect. And we've never claimed, like we said before, never to have any flaws or insecurities or anything that we go through. We just be real with ourselves. So what, you fail? Okay, keep going. So what, you not doing what the other female is doing? Keep going. Your day is coming. Remember that Allah is watching and Allah got you. Keep going. This ain't just about you. We got to wake our queens up. We got to let them know. You ain't got to walk around half naked. You ain't got to please nobody. Like we said, if you have those right people around you, Allah's the greatest. But if you don't, sometimes, a lot of times, you got to be your own cheerleader. You got to keep rooting yourself on and keep pushing yourself to keep going, to get to greatness. Because that's what you can get to. But, we ladies, and like we said, we know men sometimes deal with it too. We limit ourselves to what we can do, to how far we can go. We try our hardest to keep the word can't out of our vocabulary. Our hardest. Because then we feel like we're limiting ourselves. We're going to try whatever, make sure it's a good opportunity, of course. But even if we fail, at least we tried. So with all that being said, y'all, thank y'all for joining the Queen Candy Podcast. We on another week, y'all. Of course, we're going to be back Thursday with our next episode. So in the meantime, y'all can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and our YouTube page. We have 2 of those under the Queen Candy Podcast and our other YouTube page under the Queen Candy Radio Show. Y'all can also check out our podcast that's available on so many platforms. Anchor, of course, the CTR Media Network, iHeartRadio, Zeno, Podmatch. We can go on and on, y'all. LinkedIn, Spotify, Apple. And y'all can also catch us on WUNK Radio and also WBGR TV. So make sure y'all go check us out on all them platforms. We actually about to run out of time, y'all, so we're going to hit y'all with this last track. Y'all stay blessed and stay safe, and we'll talk to y'all again next time on the Queen Candy Podcast.